Welcome everyone. Today we have a special guide for you. It is an advanced tempo strategy for the Queen's aggressive spending. What do I mean by that is we'll be spending aggressively, especially during win streaks. We'll be touching on losing streak in the following guide. So it'll be two parts of the guide. This one will be touching on the win streaks, the next one will focus on losing streak. So over here you can see the introduction, and over here on the guide I said we'll be testing over 50 rook and queen games and over 30 games in season 1, and those results are positive not because we always come first, but rather we come top 4 consistently. This strategy works in terms of winning especially, but it also works when we're losing. Why is that? I'll give you guys a little teaser on the next one. Why is that? It's because sometimes when losing, spending aggressively helps you protect your HP, and we can go further to find better units and come to the power spikes even quicker. Let's get into the strategy. As the name suggests, it's the investment of gold we'll be having, and the key here with aggressive spending is we want to balance the investment of gold. We don't want to just spend recklessly or gamble, but rather this is an investment to protect the win streak. This strategy works mainly during win streaks. We'll be looking here with a few introduction to the new terms or maybe ideas if you guys haven't noticed those. The first one we'll be looking at is the uncurved leveling intervals. Usually you want to level at multiples of 4 XP. This is an example. At level 4 we have 4 over 8. Sometimes we can be 8 over 16. At those intervals of XP, each 5 gold spent will add 4 XP, and that perfectly level up the career without excess XP. If you have excess XP, people sometimes are like more reluctant to be leveling. They say, oh, I'll wait for a few more rounds. And what are those curves? Those are at round 9, 13, and 17 in the early game. And in the late game or mid game, it's 21, 26, and 31. Those are actually not uncurved, but rather those are the power spikes. In the mid game, you want to capitalize on your savings. What that means is during the neutral rounds, you don't want to spend much. You want to get the savings gold from interest from the neutral round, then spend after the neutral round. And usually that's what people do subconsciously. The first thing we'll be touching on is 100% win streak. This is the best spot in the game because you know you have been getting the maximum potential with the economy, with earnings from winning and earnings with win streaks. There's 2 options we can do to protect our win streak. The first one is rolling, the second one is level up. When we're rolling, we want to fuse the 1-star unit to 2-star unit. But here I prepare to have at least 3 pairs before I start rolling, because that's when I feel the investment of gold is worth it. And the key is to not overcommit. And we prepare for the top rows of key units and purple unit, so we have time to adjust for them. If I'm on 16 gold, I'll commit 6 gold maximum for rolling. If I'm on 24 gold, I'll commit 4 gold for rolling. We do have a question before on this. They said, hey, what if you find the unit you're looking for? Don't you go under 10 gold or 20 gold? Yes, I would be, but it's worth it. If I found a unit, say if I found a unit where I'm on 10 gold, it's a power up for 2-star Beastmaster or even 1-star Anti-Mage 2-star. I'll take that because that helps so much to protect the win streak. I'm sacrificing 1 gold only there to protect the win streak. Similarly, at 24 gold, if I wrote down just to 20 gold, then I found a 3-star Shadow Thing. I found my 3rd Shadow Thing to 2-star. I'll always take the Shadow Thing. I'll sacrifice again 1 gold of savings in exchange to protect this 100% or 2 win streak. Usually I tend to roll at 2 win streak or at 100% win streak. A 2 win streak is when you have been winning for at least 6 rounds and your earning says 2+ on the earning meter. The second option for protecting a win streak is leveling up. When we have enough 2-star units on the board, say a 2-star Tiny, 2-star Clockwork, or a few of those great units, or even 2-star Bat Rider, we still have great units sitting on the bench. Maybe a Doom, maybe a Conquer, maybe another 2-star unit. We can level up to increase our rates of finding the purple rate while we add another spot to the board. For example, if I level 5 and I want to add another great unit that's on my bench, I can level up there, better chance of finding purple unit, and even stronger to protect this 100% win streak. Here we'll be touching on spending aggressively. The goal to spend aggressively is to level up instead of rolling, because gold is invested in leveling instead of gambling. This investment comes into 2 forms. One is that we open up space to put additional unit, and this is when we want to get as many synergies as we can. And the second thing is, because we're not rolling, we're not gambling. We do give ourselves higher rate in the future free rolls. Each round you get a free roll, and those are higher rates. We can top roll into a purple unit or maybe a legendary. Here are some of the tips I highlighted for everyone. So I will go to level 6 at round 8. This is under the condition of the 100% win streak over here, keep in mind. So this is earlier and this is off curve. Why is that? Because most people level up on curve. You want to off match this by going a little further, because they might be strong at level at round 9. You want to be strong at round 8 before they get strong to protect your win streak. Each round you protect a win streak, you could earn at least 2 or 3 gold. I do explain here, this is why I do not have enough pairs on to keep on the bench. Pairs and potential is key for the early game. What I call the early game is about round 4 to round 12 or even round 15. Those are the early games where I keep a few of my pairs. By leveling at round 8 will cost us 10 gold, and that can be quite costly if you don't have enough gold because you kept so many pairs. The second thing is, if I have at least 2 wins here instead of win streaks, I will actually level to 6 at round 9. This is on-curve leveling, and this is because having 2 wins means I can start to build up a win streak. And once we build up a win streak, we can be slightly stronger than most people with economy. Over here, this is the first replay I want to show you guys. In this particular replay, all we're looking at is how are we spending at round 13. Here we have a 100% win streak in this king game, and here we have a few pairs lying out. We're counting our units to see what happens when we need to sell a few units and what happens when we find a few units. The highlight over here is around 13. I'll go quickly, I'll forward a little bit. We did win this fight, and winning this fight is quite important because that means we have the win streak, and there was such a close fight for us as well. We leveled up to level 7 by spending 15 gold. By spending 50 gold and leveling up, we're left with 10 gold. But keep in mind, we have a 100% win streak. So what actually means that this translates into 4 extra gold per round, from 1 gold of the savings interest and 3 gold from the win streak. And here I do say the on-curve level at 9, 13, 17, 21, we're protecting win streak and punish others by leveling over here. Over here, we're looking at round 16 just finished. We still have a 100% win streak. We did find the 2-star Shadow Thing. We sold those Windrunners. We do not need Windrunner for this Orc Warrior build. The Shadow Thing is a nice addition. We can even go into the Warlocks as well with the current 2 Warlocks. And I did keep Alchemist in preparation. What I want to show you guys again is the unit choices and the way we level up. This is level 17. We will be going to level 8 here because this again focus on the key strategy of punishing other players and trying to top roll a few good units. Again, here the focus is we bought a few units, but the goal is to ideally match the multiples of 10. Likely I'll be selling a few units to match the 10. And here I do say, with a 100% win streak, we can top roll legendaries, we can find better purple rates by going to level 8. The downside is, if we do lose here, we lose quite massively. Because we could be sitting on close to 50 gold, but we're sitting on 20 gold. But thinking about this way, you do lose the economy for next few rounds, but you can still always save up to 40 or 50 gold within 3 or 4 rounds. Even if we do not have the win streaks, we can still win most convincingly against other players. It's the Orc Warrior build. We have saved back to 50 gold around 20. Remember before, we spent down to 20 gold around 17. With the win streak, we can save up so much quicker, the economy comes back so much quicker, and all of a sudden, we have better rates, we have better unit composition, and better economy. This is the strength of the aggressive spending with win streaks. Having a win streak of 2+ gold at around 12 or 13, I will go to level 7 here. Again, this is the idea of leveling off curve. You're leveling off curve because some win streak players or most players might even consider level to level 7 around 13. This is not the most common case because most players tend to still save at level 6. Having a win streak that's greater than 2 gold or equal to, I might consider level even earlier than round 13. But most of the times I do that on round 13. I'll be showing you guys a few videos replays after this particular summary for that as well. So round 12. If I have spare gold, it will cost me 20 spare gold to usually level up to round 12. If I have a spare gold, it will cost me 20 spare gold to go to level 7 here. And round 13, it will cost me 15 gold. So the logic again flows here. I'm protecting a savings worth of 20 to 30 gold worth of saving, and I'm spending about 15 to 20 gold. Here, under the assumption is that I do gain a few things as well. I have more units, so I protect my HP from losses. If I'm likely to lose, I lose a little less. I punish greedy players who are saving, they lose more health, and I have a better rate to find my purple unit. So this is when my lineup actually wants to find a purple unit, like Conquer, Medusa, maybe Dondred, maybe Disruptor even. So this is when my lineup also enjoys those level ups for the higher rates. So yes, here I do say all for the cost of 1 to 2 interest gold, but that is per round. So per round I do lose 1 to 2 interest gold. Keep that in mind. So it is quite a bit of investment, but sometimes they do pay off in terms of protection to HP. In the later games, you can't buy HP with gold. And the key here is, if we have a win streak, this allows us to save back up to 20 plus gold within 2 to 3 rounds. Because having the 2 plus win streak, each round you're likely to earn about close to 7, 8 or 9 gold each round. And you can save up gold quite easily within 2 or 3 rounds. You can push for level 8 at round 17 as well. Most people tend to go to level 7 here at round 17. When we go to level 8 here, there's a few reasons to, because this is going to be the difference maker level. This is the round we can actually top roll some of the legendaries as well. The key here is to have a win streak of at least 2 plus gold, because this allows not only us to top roll legendaries, those are great with instant cast, it also allows us to bring back the economy with a win streak. The kind of Enigma, Gyro, Tekis, and Tide that with an instant cast can change the fight massively, or we can have a Zeus. Knowing that how much stronger we are, we can have a Zeus to punish players with 60 or 80 HP at this point. They might have 20 plus HP losses because Zeus do hit on the current HP. Keep in mind, Death Prophet is not useful unless we have Undead and Warlocks. That is when Death Prophet is quite useful for us, because that's the price of one. Death Prophet is a Warlock and Undead. So, here I do mention that we are spending aggressively. It's the idea that while spending aggressively, we want to manage our gold to perfection. We want to find any chances of finding multiples of 10 gold. So for example, I want to sell my spare units that I don't need to 10 gold, 20 gold, or 30 gold, because every bit of gold is going to be matter a lot more because we don't have the high economy from saving. The economy comes from win streaks. We can go even further, and here I will be showing you guys the video, is where we go to level 8 around 13 in a Queen game. This was a great testing, and I'll show you guys how do we make that possible. This is the second video I want to show you guys. Now I did mention leveling off curve. So in this particular video, which we're playing in a Queen game, and this is season 1 by the way guys, this is still quite relevant in terms of the saving and economy. Notice what I have on the board. I have the 3 knights, I have 2 undead, I have anti-mage. Those are great units that goes along at the early stage of the game that allows us to punish enemy players and also to save up quite a bit. What I'm planning over here is I'm planning hunters, you can see here. And also I'm counting my gold. I'm counting what happens if I win and what happens if I lose. Here I planned to sell those units to make the 20 gold. The highlight is not only about the selling of the units, but also the plan to do at round 12 to level up. It will cost me 20 gold to level up. Actually, for this one it cost me 15 because I did spend some to level up here. So previously I did spend some to level up. It will cost me 15 gold to level up. And the highlight again is I'll be leveling up off curve. At round 12 I went to level 7. And after that, what I want to show you guys is, let's have a look here. We leveled to level 7 at round 12. This is round 13. And this particular game, with 100% win streak and the good management of economy, I'll be leveling up again to level 8. This is not something that's very common. This is because we don't usually get into those situations. Sometimes we have better units on the board we want to keep. Sometimes we have more units that are 2-star on the board that we can't afford to level here. But by leveling up here, we're so much stronger, not because we have a decent Draw Ranger, but rather we have so much more potential. As long as we don't lose in the next few rounds, our economy is going to kick us back up with 3 gold extra per round with win streak, and we have top rows of Dragon Knights and lots of good units as well. It was so risky here, I was getting really worried. But the great thing is the Knight Shield is proccing. and with the Knight Shield, we won this round, which is so crucial. Let me show you guys a little further as well. After leveling aggressively, at round 19, we have saved up to 40 gold. We have considered of switching compositions, and here we define the dragons. We found the Dragon Knight, and being on level 8 gave us higher rate of finding the Dragon Knight. Also to highlight here is we did find techies at level 8, and with our undead composition, techies was quite powerful for us before we found the dragons. This allows us to go further with the economy, protecting the win streak, and also higher rate of crucial units like Dragon Knight, techies, maybe Enigma, or maybe other units. The last thing I want to talk to you guys about is aggressive rolling during the aggressive spending. Most of us usually roll after we find the 50 gold, and we stop rolling after we're at 50 gold. This is a great method for economy rolling, but sometimes the meta and the pace of the game is so fast, it will be punishing us if we don't roll further. After watching the Chinese tournament and after testing the meta, I feel that 30 gold is the new 50 gold. This is a new method because we might be rolling the gold from 50 gold down to 30 gold to find crucial key pieces of purple unit to 2-star, or maybe finding a crucial unit that we needed. For example, if we have the Nagas, we might need the Slaughter and Medusa. We just need the Medusa, we might be rolling down to 20 or 30 gold here. One is mentioned lock and roll. This is not when we lock for the rolling part. This is when we stay on level 8, we'll be rolling down to 20 or 30 gold. The difference over here is rolling to 30 or even 20 gold until a build mature. A build matures when we find the key pieces, for example, a 2-star DK for the dragons, or a 2-star Medusa and Necro for the gods mages. Your build really matures because you feel you have a solid footing in the game. If you find your 2-star Troll Warlord, maybe you find your 3-star Luna, 3-star Chaos Knight, or maybe you find your 2-star Necromancer in an undead Knight build. So in those particular cases, you know you're stronger than most players and you can save up without losing, or without losing too much. One thing I want to highlight is I do not recommend rolling below 20 gold unless our HP is lower than 35. This is because the 20 gold is pretty much a little piggy bank, and we're going to be using that for the all-in strategy. Once we go below 35% or 30 for me, I'll go all in. I have two choices. I can roll all those gold out, or I can level up with those gold. The 2 gold interest we earn every round from the 20 gold is quite significant because that allows us to have more rolls, that allows us to build a bit of economy while we are quite aggressive over here. The key is to go aggressive while maintaining somewhat of an economy. If we go fully into economy, we might be punished because we're too slow to mature. If we go fully into aggressive spending, we have no economy. If we lose the win streak, then we don't have anything. So the key here is to balance that. I know I have spoke about leveling up with win streaks, and you guys might be wondering, hey, does this plan or this strategy works when you're losing? It will work when we're losing as well, but in a different sense. Here we're not protecting the win streaks, but rather here we're protecting HP. Looking here, we're at round 15 with 35% HP and 50 gold. What that means is this is the time we have to react. This is the time we have to spend. And this is when we actually level up off curve again aggressively, not to protect the win streak. We do level win streak, but to protect health. We want to go further than level 6. We'll probably go to level 7 and round 16 and go to level 8 and round 17, which does match up the curve. So the excess XP we used around 16 is not going to waste. I want to show you guys this by fast forwarding a little bit. Here at round 16, we leveled up to level 7. And this is off curve. You can see the excess XP over here on the courier. This excess XP can be used again by leveling up at round 17 to level 8. So let me show you guys a little further. This is round 17. We're leveling up a little further. The excessive XP is made to use by leveling up, and we do not stop after we level up. We'll also be rolling. So not only are we aggressive in terms of leveling, we're also quite aggressive in terms of spending. There's 2 reasons for that. Is that unlike the win streak strategy, we want to build an economy. Here, economy is not as important as the unit composition and the crucial pickups, because we cannot afford to lose here. With the winning strategy, we can afford to lose, we can even afford to go into a losing streak, but here we cannot afford that. Here we need to make every bit of the gold count, we need to change gold into HP protection. And this is something I want to highlight with you guys in the upcoming second part of the aggressive spending, by spending aggressively when we're losing. The highlight when we're losing is you have to be spending, leveling, and rolling so much earlier than anybody else to make sure you are not being behind in terms of power. At round 28, by spending aggressively and rolling aggressively, we have found a few of the crucial units to 2-star. The Conquer, the Doom, and we did find a Trolls. The highlight over here is to show that we were at round 17, 35%. By spending and leveling aggressively, we actually got to level 9 with 28% and 21 gold. We did punish other players because we were spending so much faster. We actually brought down the whole entire leaderboard to us. So everyone is very close to the economy of us. And because of that, this is becoming a great comeback for us. To summarize with this aggressive spending strategy is that the first part looks at winning streak. With winning streak, we can spend aggressively and roll a little aggressively down to 30 or 20 gold because we have a great economy in terms of win streaks. If we do not have the win streaks, leveling on curve is better than level off curve unless you really want to look for better rates. If we are losing streak, we can still spend aggressively, but that is when we try to protect the HP. Two are very different things. One is for economy, one is for HP. Thank you so much guys for watching. Please let me know in the comments below of what you think about this particular guide. Please help me further by liking and subscribing to the YouTube channel, and help me on Twitch by following and using the Twitch Prime subs here. Thank you so much guys for all the support, and I'll see you guys next time.